the recruitment industry. Now, whilst that's plainly not true in the vast majority of cases, it's probably fair to say that the industry has got a reputation problem, because that is the way that it's perceived by many people. That reputation is perpetuated by the experience of candidates on an almost daily basis. Many of them think that recruiters are at best a necessary evil, and at worst, they're the shit on the bottom of their shoes. People are the product, and they're increasingly happy to share their experience with anyone who will listen to them. Now, of course, that's not true. People aren't the product. Clients are paying for the service of finding the right person for the job, the skills, the experience, the expertise of recruiters to present them with exactly the right person, saving them a huge amount of time and money doing it for themselves. But it's really easy to see why the perception of the recruitment industry is likened to human trafficking and flesh trading. The criticism of recruiters is everywhere. It takes quite a lot of time for people to actually speak up and complain about a service that you receive. I mean, we're British after all. We'll queue for hours, but happily accept it. But we'll trash recruiters for fun. If you've had a really poor experience with a recruiter, then please, I'd encourage you to actually share it in the comments without outing the recruiter though, please. That would be unfair. I think it'll actually serve to remind us of the problem that the industry has to deal with. Some of you, especially those of you who are in the industry, and I was a recruiter for 30 odd years myself, will think that I'm really exaggerating. But just hold that thought for a second and read some of the comments that are inevitably going to start appearing below. You're probably better than the picture I've painted and offer a great service to your clients and candidates. And I'm not slamming you individually, but I am pointing out one really important fact. This is the reputation of the recruitment industry. If you concede me that one point, whether you yourself are good or bad is almost irrelevant. Your first interaction with a client or candidate comes from a place of negativity, given the perception that many people have of you. And it's not just the recruitment industry with this problem, you'll be glad to hear. Politicians face the same issues, estate agents, traffic wardens, the oil industry, tobacco companies. But it's not the best list to be in though, is it? This is way bigger than any individual recruiter or any single recruitment business. It's an industry problem, and it needs the industry to fix it. But that can really only start with you. The good news, and you'll be happy to hear that there is lots of it, is that it isn't difficult to rise to the top and be seen to be the best in class and the company that candidates and clients value and enjoy working with. It starts, in my opinion, with the candidate experience. Get that right and you'll have absolutely cracked it. How many of you have applied for a job and not received a response at all, ever? Click the like button if that's you. How many of you have applied for a job and received an email saying that someone will get back to you, but no one ever did? Click the like button if that's you. How many of you have attended an interview and not had any feedback or spoken to your recruiter afterwards? If that's you, click the like button. How many of you have been in the interview process for weeks or even months and not been told what's going on, left to only assume that they didn't want you after all? If that's you, click the like button. I'm guessing that the number of likes and comments is now rising, and that reinforces my point. Get the candidate experience right and you will have cracked it. Just think about it. Amazon deliver around 1.6 million packages a day, and whilst there will inevitably be a few cock-ups along the way, they largely get it right, and they communicate with customers about what's going on at every stage. So whilst there are many more candidates applying for a job than one single person can respond to in a day, investing the time and the money into developing a system and a process that means that every single candidate knows what's going on at every stage, well, that's not beyond the realms of possibility. More than that, in my opinion, it's an absolute necessity. Okay, so hold on for a second. I'm going to stop there for a second because I totally get the fact that that will have triggered some people. It could have been the time and money that you need to invest into building that system and process. It could be because the development of that system and process isn't directly connected to growing your revenue and profit. It could be simply because you've accepted the reputation that the industry has, and well, it's just what it is. Whatever the reason, I just want to try and shift your mindset for a second. We have a lot of recruitment companies coming to us asking us to help them market their business so they can attract more clients. Recruitment is a really hard industry to market because its reputation is so poor, and so I'm really cautious about who we work with. We can't go about saying positive things in your marketing messages if the experience of your clients and candidates isn't positive. You'll be wasting your money. Word of mouth marketing is the best, And if the word on the street isn't positive, then to be honest, no amount of marketing is going to fix that. There's few industries where a slogan like, "We actually do give a shit about you and we'll prove it," could work. But if I was starting a recruitment business today, I'd seriously be tempted to use it. Now here's the magic bit. If you did invest the time and the money into making the candidate experience like buying something from Amazon, you'd be different from almost all of your competitors. Wildly different. Candidates would feel positive about their experience with you, whether they got the job or not. They'd talk to their friends and colleagues and their bosses about you. It would be, in marketing terms, the marketing defining value that singles you out from the rest. And the best bit, you wouldn't really need a huge amount of marketing to promote it. The word on the street would do most of the heavy lifting. Genuinely, if I was starting another recruitment business in 2024, this is absolutely where I'd start. I'd invest a huge amount of time into making sure that every single candidate I came into contact with felt like a king or a queen. Read some of those comments below. Put yourselves into the shoes of a candidate who's just been made redundant or hates their boss and needs to find another job now because the gas bill needs paying and the mortgage has doubled in the last 6 months and they're literally scared shitless about how they're going to pay the bills. Feel what they're feeling. Now look at how you treat them. Would you like to be treated like that?